So what was Mosman House? Mosman House was an example of what's known as a meanwhile use housing project, where a building that would otherwise sit vacant is temporarily activated to meet an urgent community need. In this case, the property owner, Twilight Aged Care, had a building awaiting development approvals that would take years to come through. Instead of letting it sit empty, they partnered with women's community shelters and Wentworth to ensure the space could be used for good.
Look, the reality is business as usual hasn't been working. We have far too many people who are experiencing housing stress. We're seeing rising homelessness because of the housing crisis and the unaffordability of so many traditional forms of housing. So we've got to do things differently. We've got to be innovative. And meanwhile use is one of the best, most practical innovations that has developed in recent years.
We had a building that was going to be vacant for 12 to 18 months, if not longer, whilst we were solidifying long-term development plans. And we saw an opportunity to use that building for impact. The building was occupied, well maintained by experienced property managers. The tenants were supported, and day-to-day operations were managed by an experienced service provider. So for us, it made absolute sense. It was meeting community need and minimising cost and risk for us as an organisation.
When we started with Mosman House and Beecroft House, we were testing a hypothesis. We didn't actually know if it was going to work, but we went with great partners in women's community shelters and Twilight, and we had a go. 5 years on, we can see what amazing outcomes have happened. Mosman House has provided 25,530 nights of safe, secure accommodation for older women.
At Mosman House, 84% of women who lived there over the 5 years transitioned straight into safe, permanent and affordable accommodation. And that's so important. And that's what tells us that we know that these projects are successful.
People would be surprised at how seamless this experience actually was from the perspective of the property owner. You choose a trusted provider who's experienced in doing these kinds of collaborations. That then means that they're used to doing the day-to-day operations. Your role is very light on. From a reputational perspective, having a building that's occupied instead of vacant just makes good sense. It means that you're demonstrating to community that you're a good steward of your asset. And again, it's about minimising risks, big risks, including squatting, vandalism, risks that come with holding a building that's vacant. Importantly, a project like this is time limited by design, which means it really doesn't impact the future development plans and preserves any future long-term goals you've got for the property.
We've got this moment where developers are worried about risk, but they're also worried about who they partner with to resolve this. There's people who can help. We don't need to do it on our own. So partnerships bring forward solutions, partnerships bring scale.
Property owners and developers can be a key part of the solution to providing more housing. We know that there are plenty of buildings around Australia that are unoccupied every single night, and they can be repurposed towards providing good outcomes for women, children, and other people who need that next step of supported and secure housing.